What's happening, financial coaches? Peter here. Hey, I want to talk to you about something, and I don't want to poo-poo people's excitement and celebration, but one of the things that I see from new financial coaches a lot is that they get a testimonial, a really flattering email, whatever it is, a nice comment in a session, and they're really, really excited about it. And you should use that as fuel to fan the flames for your excitement to be financial coaching, because it really can change lives. It not only can change lives around the margin, but it can totally upend people's lives and really change it for the better, move them on a different track, get them on a different trajectory, make them achieve things that they've never thought possible. I've seen it before. I've seen it in a shorter timeline than I ever expected for some people, right? And so a good friend of mine, one of my participants, and maybe I'll have him on here, we've become good friends now. We've actually never met in person because he lives in a different state, but we actually started connecting on some really basic things like what is a Roth IRA, just kind of informational and educational topics. And from there, it just kind of spiraled, right? Sharing with him some more information. I shared with him some of the ideas from the financial independence movement, and man, he just took to it, right? It just kind of opened a door of opportunity for him. He ran with it. And it's one of those things that we do here as financial coaches is we act as a catalyst to connect people with what they need and what they might get excited about so that they can become self-efficacious. And so what I don't do now is connect with him on a regular basis about financial coaching, because he's doing great. He could do financial coaching himself and be a really, really excellent one. But his life has totally changed from 5% savings to an 80% savings rate. The ability for him to travel, to have the life he never expected but really, really wanted. He's living it now, and he's young, and he's got an awesome opportunity ahead of him in life in general, and a wonderful relationship. And so that's what we're really trying to do in most cases here, right? Sometimes we're just trying to help people get past the pain or to kind of get to a place of stability. That's totally possible too. But some people will get more value out of that than people who find that financial independence and that financial freedom. Now, that being said, because of what we do, the nature of what we do, you're going to get great feedback. And like I said, new coaches tend to forward that to me a lot, and I celebrate it. I'm not trying to say we don't, but what you should expect is to be recognized and to be appreciated and to be celebrated in many ways. So you should expect testimonials and those impacts to your clients, not be shocked by them. And the reality is, when you think about what we're doing here, people are coming up to us and teeing up the ball for us, right? In a lot of cases, in probably 90% of my cases, people are coming with some sort of pain, some sort of need, right? So they have something that they want to try. Sometimes people come and they're like, I don't know what I should be working on, but I feel like I should be working on something. That does happen, right? And then we can explore that and find some opportunities. But a lot of people will come and I'll say, what is something you're working on? What brought you in? What inspired the conversation today? And it's this one thing, right? It's getting out of debt, or it's paying off this bill, or it's establishing a financial savings account, or whatever it might be, right? So I mean, it's kind of teed up for me. And so when we help them work through that, give them ideas, bring the information that we have to bear on their problem, they get excited about it and they celebrate it with us. And I have seen people give just amazing testimonials. I have seen people go to people's retirements and just say, hey, thank you so much, and I'm sad to see you retire because I'm not going to get that same professional interaction with you because you changed my life. And this is something that's almost unique, because I don't know that a lot of patients go to doctors' retirements. They might, and some of those things. Sometimes students come back to teachers' retirements and celebrate those. So there are opportunities like this, but it's one of these roles that can be so transformative to people that when you get that awesome feedback, when you get those testimonials, when you get those moments of appreciation, right? Don't be shocked by it. Celebrate it. Catalog that in your mind. Use that as motivation. Use that as fuel for your own fire and keep going forward. But if you're doing it right, you should be getting these. And so expect them. I don't want to say that I treat any of them with less weight than they ever should be. But I've gotten so many of them over the years, I don't even post them. I don't even put testimonials on my website anymore, because, I think that if you're doing your job and you're getting a lot of these, people expect to have a great experience with you, and you should just expect that people are going to reflect that as appreciation, and whether it's gifts and some of these other things too. Now, not every person is going to be elated working with a financial coach. Some people are kind of there reluctantly because they just feel like they're at their wits' end and need to do something, and even when you help them, they're going to go ahead and just kind of take it and move on and be unemotional about it, that's absolutely possible. And I would also say that what I tend to do is when I get those really warm compliments as a financial coach, what I'm trying to do is empower them, right? I'm not trying to do the work for them. And if I'm trying to do the work for them, the billing rate's going to be much higher. But what I'm trying to do is empower them, educate them, and equip them to be able to solve their own problems. So to be really honest, one of the reasons I don't put it on there is because I tell people that what I'm here to do is be a catalyst for you, right? For your own potential and your power and your will and effort. And so when people send me those, they're really great, and I always send back an appreciative letter saying, thank you so much. This really means a lot. I really enjoyed working with you, because if we're still working with people at this point, I really do appreciate that. But I will remind people that, hey, what are the things that we have accomplished, right? Maybe you've paid off that debt. Maybe you've paid off your home. Maybe you went on that dream vacation. Maybe you paid for your child's college, whatever it might be, right? Whatever that issue is. And I just remind them, who did that? Right? I didn't contribute any money to that retirement account. I didn't contribute any money to paying off that car loan. I didn't do any of those types of things. I didn't call your credit card company and ask for a lower rate. You did those things. And so what I want is people to remember that even though they're appreciative of me and we are trying to be the agent of that change, the reality is the work that goes into it to make that happen is owned by the client, right? It's owned by the participant, the responsibility for it as well as the actual labor behind it. So I kind of push that back on them and use that moment, to say, hey, you're really excited and you're thanking me, and that's appreciated. But really what we want to do is use that to remind people that they're the ones empowered. And maybe they don't even need us anymore. Maybe they do. But they're the ones that made that change for themselves. So hopefully that helps. Don't be shocked by appreciation and testimonials. Keep changing lives, including your own. See you later.